grab your Bula ball with your right hand, bring it down towards your hip. We're going to put it into the psoas muscle, which is you find your hip and 2 inches in off your hip, you should be able to find the psoas. Just tuck your ball in there and just rest your weight onto your ball. Elbows onto your mat and rest your weight onto your elbows. This is going to be quite a sensitive muscle, especially if you've got back problems. This muscle is synonymously tight with back pain. So we're going to get your right leg, tuck your toes back in a runner start. Let's relax this left one. Now that you're in position, keep breathing. Let's focus on engaging that core. On that exhale, when you pull your navel into your spine, you should be able to feel your weight sinking further into the ball and that psoas muscle releasing just a little bit more. Good. So on your next exhale, what I'm going to get you to do is think about taking your heel and pointing it across to the wall and lifting your knee, activating that glute. That's great. You should be able to feel that muscle slowly releasing. And on your exhale, I want you to lower your knee to the ground. So we're going to pump that leg. So on the inhale, on your exhale, bring it down. Good. Nice, slow, deep breathing. That's great, Nathan. And on the inhale, lift up the knee, press that heel across to the ground, to the wall. And let's just keep going. Let's do a couple here before we change. Good. That breathing and the timing is spot on. Nice. Let's just lift yourself up off the ball, Nath. Just stay in this position, but just take a bit more weight off. We're going to move the ball around now to between your navel and your pelvis. So we're just going to get in on that pelvic bone there. And once you're in position, put your weight on your elbows and slowly put some more weight onto the ball. This is going to be sensitive for a lot of people, so don't work past a pain threshold of your own personal pain threshold of about 6. So if you're going any more than 6, just take a little bit more weight off the ball. Keep your breathing, keep drawing that navel into the spine and allowing your weight and gravity to sink down and release that muscle. Nice. We'll do a couple more breaths here and then we'll work ourselves back over the left side and we'll get the psoas. Last breath. If you want a little bit of extra while you're in here too, on that exhale you can just tilt the hip slightly and you'll get a little bit more of a massage. It's only a slight, but you'll notice it. Good. All right, so you can roll across to your left side or you can just take the ball out and find the location. So once you get into this new position, think about tucking your toes under, releasing that leg, engaging your core, drawing in the navel, finding the position. When you get into this spot, it's going to be tight, but there's going to be a sweet spot, that trigger point that you want to find, and you want to find that sweet spot, and then you just want to stay in that position and use your breath, and you'll find your breath will help release that muscle. Good. Exhale, point the heel, lift the leg, activate the glute. Good. Inhale, still keep that core engaged and keep that muscle firing. So we're going to stay in this position and we're just going to roll over the ball, or actually it might be better for Nate just to lift his weight off the ball, and we're going to move the ball down. We're just going to roll now onto the hip flexor, which is going to be just here. So the hip bone's here, we just work the psoas and then we're going to come down onto the hip flexor. Same position, and we're going to be doing the same thing. We're going to be engaging the core, breathing nice and deep and slow, that's great. And we're going to also keep this leg pumping. Okay, so on that exhale, we're going to have it down. On the inhale, and And then on the exhale, Nate's going to reach that heel back and across to the other side of the room, straighten that leg, tighten that glute just to activate the muscle. And you'll notice when you're pumping that leg, it's creating just a little bit of movement on that ball. And if we're on that trigger point, that tight spot, that's all it needs. We've got that acupressure working, and we've got that little bit of movement, giving it a slight bit of a massage to increase the release of that muscle. So we'll do a couple more here. And then if you want to come out of this position, a good way to come out of it is for Nath just to put both knees on the ground and just lift himself up with his elbows and just roll the ball across. Come back down. That's good. Find that hip flexor. Roll around for a little bit. Find the tight spot. When you're in this position, you'll know where that tight spot is. Make sure that you find it and get on it. Good, Nath. And then go straight back into activating that core. Breathing. And just pumping that leg on each breath. He's doing a great job. You notice Nath has just adjusted himself. So he's trying to find where that muscle is. He wants to get onto it and just release it. This is just a guide. The leg pump is to help give you some direction. But if you want to find that spot, just hold it and roll around for a little bit and give it a light massage. It's up to you. All right, so we're going to come out of this. Nath's going to come up onto his knees, take the ball, put it to the side, and we're going to do a hip flexor stretch. Now, we've just been working that psoas and hip flexor muscle, so we're going to go into a hip flexor stretch. Nath is going to be on one knee, and you can see here Nathan's got a mat just to protect that knee. Okay, if you're on a hard surface, you can also just bend your yoga mat to get a bit of support on that knee. He's going to be keeping his back nice and straight, gauging that core. We're going to get Nathan to put his hands by his sides, just here for some balance. Get those fingers down and reach into the ground. Tilt those thumbs back so we can open up the shoulder and get some length through the chest. Keep that chin tucked in. And this leg that he's got bent in front of him, it's slightly in front, okay? So what we're going to do here is go straight to focusing on that core, engaging it, tightening it with the breath, getting into position, getting that spine nice and long, nice and strong. And then on the next exhale, Nathan's just going to keep his body positioned straight, but he's going to lean forward over that knee and get that stretch coming in through that hip flexor. Breathe, good. On each exhale, it's just going to take a little bit more. So right now, we might want to just come back and keep that spine straight. Use the breath on the exhale. It'll carry you forward and it will increase that stretch in your hip flexor. And then on the inhale, we're sending the air up into the chest, rotating, creating some more space, and just allowing the body to stretch naturally. That's good. All right, now that's perfect. Now let's come back, gently come back, straighten yourself out, put your left leg back on your knees. Let's get back on both knees and then just transfer your mat across to your other knee. Get yourself in position. Remember to keep this leg just in front of the 90, so you want to give yourself some room to come forward, which is great. Get nice and straight, engage the core, send your air up into your chest, rotate, chin in, nice and straight. We're going to constantly work on keeping that back straight. The next exhale, lean forward, feel that gentle stretch. Like we're just going for a gentle stretch right now. We're not trying to take too much out of it. And then we want to breathe. Inhale. That's great, Nath. Let's keep breathing. Take that slot, keep coming forward. Just allow your breath to carry you forward. That's good. Inhale, Send the air up into that chest. Rotate the thumbs out. Really open it up. Exhale. Tighten the core. That's great. Let's do one more. You should be feeling that stretch right here on that hip flexor. So you're in full flexion and you want a little bit more. What you can do is just rotate the hips. So you want to pull that pelvis forward. As you pull the pelvis forward, you'll feel that stretch increase. Can you feel that?
Yeah.
How's that feel?
Feels good.
Awesome. Now let's come out of it. Well done.